I've said it before, Lucas de Stael make the most special glasses in the world. And today, we're going to find out why. So hi, I'm Robert, Style and Vision Consultant here at the Spectacle Factory, and it's my job to pair you with your perfect pair of glasses. And in this video, we're going to be going to the Lucas de Stael workshop together. We're going to find out exactly how frames like this are made, exactly what makes them the most special glasses in the world. And I'm going to be rounding off the video by showcasing new designs never seen before. And finally, we're going to be giving Lucas de Stael their SF score, and it might be the best one yet. So the thing about Lucas de Stael is you probably haven't heard of them, and you're probably thinking, if they are the most special glasses, why do I not know they exist? And I had a pretty lengthy and intimate conversation with Lucas when I visited his workshop in Paris. Lucas is an artist. He's not driven to expand his business, to grow his business, to be the biggest eyewear brand in the world. There are so many eyewear brands out there where that is their purpose. And they do make beautiful frames, and I'm definitely not taking anything away from them. But as much as they put into designing those frames, they also put into marketing and branding. But with Lucas, he just makes amazing glasses. He barely posts on social media. He doesn't spend any money on advertising. That doesn't mean that his glasses are not incredible. They are masterpieces, and in this video you're going to find out why. So I was very fortunate to get an invite to the Lucas de Stael workshop in the heart of Paris. But along the way, we had a delivery to make first. So the first stop on our journey to Paris is here in Brussels to deliver a pair of completed Lucas de Stael glasses. Inside the cardboard sheath, we have a beautiful Lucas de Stael case, and honestly, Lucas de Stael are probably the nicest spectacle cases that I've ever seen. Not necessarily to look at from the outside, as nice as they are, but it's the inside where you open this up to this beautiful suede. It really gives you the impression that you're holding a luxury product, and you are. These are some of the most expensive glasses that you can buy, some of the most unique, some of the most beautiful, and definitely some of the most original. Inside the case, we have this beautiful pouch embossed with the Lucas de Stael logo, but now I think it's time to reveal the glasses. And this is what our client chose and we had crafted for him. It's a beautiful European slate on the outside. These are the Zephyr series, so that means we have this almost three-dimensional aesthetic where the front rim of the frame actually protrudes and extends beyond the main shape. And to give it that pop of colour, we've finished it with a red leather interior. That's the beautiful finishing touch, and that combination of the two colours, the muted stone on the outside and the red leather on the inside, means these are a one-of-a-kind pair of glasses. We also chose to have red leather end tips on the outside that can be customized as well. So this is a cool square frame. As we're going to see with Lucas de Stael, there are many different shape options, but I love the really special characteristic of the stone material. No other glasses in the world are made using this material, and it means that as I'm here in the sun, as much as I'm squinting because these are not sunglasses, the stone really shines out. It gives the glasses not the most exuberant colour, but a really unique and interesting colour. And that coloration is very versatile. You can wear it every day, but it still stands out and it still doesn't look like any other pair of glasses. And we're about to deliver these to our client. I'm sure he's going to love them. So now you've seen the end result of the amazing Lucas de Stael craftsmanship. Let's see the step-by-step process that each of these frames goes through to get to that stage.
Hi Rob, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for
Welcome.
inviting me to your workshop. So excited
me too.
What inspired you to create glasses from natural materials like leather?
More than inspiration is just the fact that we'd like to do unusual things. We figure out that there is very few proposal in the market in that type of material.
Nobody.
Nobody's
doing
no.
it.
In that way,
Yeah.
nobody.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, absolutely. All the structure in metallic, and it's the same metal than the Eiffel Tower.
So how does a leather pair of glasses start? Where do you even begin?
So we're gonna start at the first floor where everything starts, and after we go here where everything is in finish steps. Okay.
Cool. Let's
So
go.
we'll go upstairs. We have here a few stocks of goat leather, and here it's a few stock of cow leather. The main difference between goat and cow leather is there is a final step where a very thin layer of colors is added on the top of the goat skins. Goat skins, we would say that they last long because they are not subject to ultraviolet. The goat collections of colors have this natural texture, and we don't talk about patina with goat. Cow leather, we talk about patina. Cow leather, they pass like weeks into barrels to get the colors inside the material. It's already cut into this thickness that we use here, and we use mainly 1 millimeter, 1.2, 1.3 millimeters, and it has to be perfectly cut into this thickness in order to get the perfect process. Leather is very interesting because after 10 years that we work with leather, we're still learning about. More the challenge is complicated to match. More it's like a game for us to try to match it.
Okay. So you're learning all the time?
We are learning all the time, and
You're really at the forefront of this kind of manufacturing frames.
Yeah. I show you where does it come from and how does it comes. Come.
The smell in this room is amazing.
Yeah.
You kind of breathe in the natural aroma of the leather.
We only work with natural tannage leather. We do not have a chemical product inside, so it's totally safe for the human skin, and it's the oldest way to get coloration on leather. Here you can have a look to the pattern, to the crocodile pattern, to the Pecari pattern too, and all the colors. So the shop where I buy, they have full stairs like that. It's big, and they have like 50 sheets of leather by color, so I can really like to choose two leather skins. I can like get the better one.
Yeah. So you're manually choosing the skins
the
that you use in the
skins
production
I
of the
want
frames.
for me. We follow in another room. So here comes the Galusha stingray skins. So the shape is like that with the wings, that's the eyes.
That's incredible.
You know, so there is different size.
Look at the finish on that.
Yeah. Originally, this is round. Originally, this comes like that. Okay. This is very rough. This was used by Japanese since centuries and centuries. It's very grippy.
Very grippy.
On the takana, the special, you know, the takana or the samurai takana.
Yeah.
The grip is this. You know, this is the most beautiful fabric. And now, for example, I can show you the stones part.
So how do you turn a stone, a rock, into this?
It's not turned into rocks. It's rocks, and it's super flexible. Why it's flexible? Because the thickness of the stone is like 0.5 millimeter, and on the back we have this black coating, which is a resin with a small linen fiber inside.
I like the stone frames probably the best.
Yeah.
Because when I tell someone they can have glasses made from leather, it's exciting, it's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah.
But when I say they can have glasses made from stone, it's like
Yeah,
unbelievable.
absolutely.
You wouldn't think that that could even be done.
Absolutely. In terms of process, everything we build out, the frames comes in stainless steel. So we have the structure of the frame.
So this gives the frame its shape,
Yeah,
and its rigidity.
absolutely. And flexibility and adjustability. These are molds, for example, we use to glue all together. So what's going on? That we use those stones. We cut a piece of stone. We put the stone. We put glue. We put the stainless steel. We put leather. We make our sandwich of three. So leather, stainless steel leather, or stone, stainless steel leather, or stone, leather, stainless steel and stone. And then once the sandwich is done with the right glue inside, we close it and we leave it for hours. And then after we cut everything into the laser. So for example, here we have different models, but here we have the sandwich, leather, stainless steel and leather, and here on the top we have these extra rims made out of iguana skins.
Whoa, that's going to have a contrasting rim.
Absolutely.
Around the lens.
Just this part.
In iguana, in neon pink.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's the machinery place. So we have 3 laser cutting. So we are able here to cut anything except metal. We use it, for example, for the rims we saw before on the Zeppelin and Zephyr collection. On the molded one, when we have these volumes in the front, we use this leather eyes just to get the volumes.
That's where the lens rim protrudes from the front.
Absolutely.
To give it more definition.
Absolutely.
A little bit of a bolder look and a more unique look.
Yeah, also, and we feel more of the leather because there is more volumes too on this kind of frame. We try to cut about external industries because it's headache to manage other industries. It's much easier to manage our own knowledge, own machines, own people who work on, because if there is trouble, we know how to discuss about it.
You don't want to rely on others. You have to do it yourself.
Rely on ourselves, and it's much less stress.
So when you order a pair of Lucas de Stael, you have the option of having stitching along the top or along the temples, right?
Yeah.
And this is where you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me about that.
So we take a piece of leather, and it's the right thickness, the right color, and we cut it with laser. All it's laser cutting. And we mark with laser the start and the end, and then we pass it with this super stitching machine, and we do the stitching on the raw leather pieces. And these raw leather pieces, after we glue it on our stainless steel in the right position, and with other stainless steel on the back, and then we close everything, we leave it dry, and then we cut again all the frames. We have all the colors available that you like.
Can a customer choose any color?
Yes, quietly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here it's the painting room.
The painting room.
Painting room, and we have a very thin layer of works everywhere on the frame, and then we are ready to make it shine down there with polishing system. Here we down to the main floor. So here comes the final steps. And as we saw before, it's cutted from laser, so it gets dark and sharp edge everywhere with this masking tape protection on the face and on the temples.
So this is after it comes out of the sandwich that we talked about.
The sandwich is glued, the front is finished but raw.
Yes.
So we have to smooth everything and to round everything, to put in shape, and to... I show you. Here, for example, it's all the molds for marking the temples coloration. So everything is small tools we make here.
Okay.
Here, it's also other steps to drill the hinge, because all the spare parts are exchangeables. So
I think that's really important with Lucas de Stael. You can maintain it long term.
Yes.
If you need to replace a component.
Absolutely. Everything is exchangeable.
With cheaper frames, if one component fails, the whole thing has to be scrapped.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's different with Lucas de Stael frames, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we have all our molds for the references of the frames. So it's metal, drilled metal with the brand and the name of the collection.
So that is to
to
make
mark
this impression.
Yeah,
in
this
the
kind
frame,
of
right?
impression, the gold one, so this is the rubbish part, and to put the name on the temples, you see. And this we use this machine, which is especially made for leather industries. So we put the mold here with a marking system here. And this is molds for example, that was for cases also. We do cases here. And so we manage the pressure, the temperature, and the time. And so, and it's marking. And
So this will stamp the frame.
it stamps. And then we put molds. This is molds for temples. Each temple, each frame has these molds. Here it's the finishing table. We have 2 workers here. And it's very simple. They have long time passing on that table. This is all the rubbish parts. So all the frames comes with the cutting edge. The leather is very sharp. There is the charcoal that we have to remove. So it's very simple actually. We work with very simple tools like some sandpaper in shape. And we like to work a lot with, we say, roulotage in français. It means that the border of the edge of each frames, after taking off the charcoal, then we're gonna smooth the leather like that. So after taking out this is the protection. So we take out the protection and we sandpaper and then we make it smoother with this kind of tool. It's very handmade. There is no other way because it takes time to get a very smooth frame, no aggressive parts.
It is a truly handmade process, isn't it?
Yeah,
when
yeah.
people hear handmade,
Yeah.
they don't appreciate the level of hand craftsmanship that goes into each pair of glasses.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can feel it also.
So at the end of that entire manufacturing process, this is the end result.
This is a customer frames.
So tell me about this one.
So that one is a gold leather frames. That comes with cobalt blue in the outside and cream white in the inside.
We chose that for that contrast.
Yeah.
A really beautiful bright blue finish on the outside, but then a kind of calm, chilled, neutral color on the inside, which makes it pop.
Yeah, and it's very classic, round, easy, very, very beautiful shape.
This is the one that I wear. I have this frame.
Okay, so this
exactly
is
that color.
Minotaur regular 06.
The client saw mine and wanted the exact same.
In olive color with honey finish inside. It's like a bracelet of watches. It makes sense, and the customization in that sense it's working very good. It's
quite classic, but the olive is probably my favorite leather color because it's different, it's interesting, but it's also quite neutral and very versatile.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not too green, it's like khaki olive.
And then finally?
And finally, this one, Minotaur 03, which is one of our best sellings, and that one comes in stone, slate in the front.
But check out the contrast on the side with the olive green again.
Yeah, olive green and slate in the front. And inside in olive to be in the same tone as the temples. And this one, 3 super frames.
That is very cool, isn't it? That aviator style shape.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Good customization.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for visiting.
It's been an amazing tour. I mean, I knew that these were handcrafted frames. I did not know that this was the level that you go to on each pair. It's incredible to look at. And I'm honored to be a retailer for these frames and to pair people all over the world with them as well. In my entire career in eyewear, that was one of my best ever experiences. I guess now that we know, it's no surprise. To make frames that are not like anything else on the planet must take quite a lot of work and quite a lot of craftsmanship. So I told you that we have some very special pieces to show you. I brought back from Paris 10 new designs, 4 of which I've got to show you today. Unlike most Lucas de Stael glasses, which are leather on the inside with either leather or a different material on the outside, for the first time, Lucas has produced frames which are stone in and out, no leather in the entire production. That sounds like a crazy idea because you would expect that stone is uncomfortable to wear, but genuinely, probably owed to the fact that these are very lightweight frames and of course very flexible frames, the stone is actually really comfortable. It has a natural grip, very akin to wood, which balances out with the wonderful feel of the titanium nose pads. And this model that you see here is in copper stone, very similar to the Ricard from Reykjavik Eyes that I wear, with the raised bridge. And that, combined with the accentuation in the outer corners, where the frame has a bit more definition, makes this really stylish for a rectangular frame. And my favorite bit about this series, which is the metal inlay. Luca talked about that sandwich, and he's used this line to actually exemplify that inner core of metal. And it makes these look more premium, if it were possible, than the regular Lucas de Stael line. Unlike most frames in this kind of segment, this category of real high-end luxury glasses, these are frames that you can definitely wear every day and are not going to look overdressed. Next up, a more rounded shape, complete contrast to the first pair. And this is in the quartz stone. So the quartz stone has this lovely iridescence to it, where it's almost sparkling and shining. I also really enjoy the proportions of this round shape. I think they got it just right, at least for me. It's not too small and it's also not too big. It's a really good round frame. The keyhole style bridge is a cool touch as well that makes these frames a little bit vintagey. Next up, for a slightly more feminine aesthetic, this one is probably the boldest of the four that I've got to showcase for you today if you want a little bit more of a statement look. But it's, again, still not too far. You could easily wear this as your everyday frame. They're certainly comfortable enough to wear every day. And like most Lucas de Stael glasses, but not all, because if you go for like the really quirky materials like the Stingray, they're definitely going to make a statement. This is not the kind of pair of glasses that people are going to notice as soon as you come in the room. But if you're having a conversation with someone, if they're like that distance from you, they're definitely going to notice the subtle details in your frames. I think Luca nails understated Parisian style because the shape just works, especially with the magma slate, which is this one. So you see that slightly reddish hint to the slate. It's kind of grey, but it's also got a kind of burnt orange almost built into it. Beautiful colorway again. These kind of colours you just can't get from a regular material. Finally, arguably the most versatile and best style overall, because I think this could kind of work for anybody. It's a pretty classic shape, and this is the European slate colorway. With this one, we've got a little bit of asymmetry going on, where the coloration of the stone kind of ends on this side of the bridge. In terms of adding tints to these stone frames, there are definitely some great tints you can add. Either a light blue, a light green, or even a light grey can all blend in really nicely with these styles. But with all that being said, it's time to give Lucas de Stael their SF score. First up is styling, and that can be quite controversial with Lucas de Stael. I tend to find that a lot of people absolutely love and adore them, as I do, but a fair amount of people just don't get it at all and don't like the aesthetic. That said, I think these are truly some of the most beautiful frames, if not the most beautiful frames in the world. And for what I look for in a pair of glasses, which is something that is cool without being the centre of attention, I just think they hit that mark effortlessly, so I'm going with an 8 out of 10. Next up is originality, and Luca is not only working with materials that literally no other brand in the world is working with, but he's developed his own manufacturing and production process to make those materials possible. And they lose just the one single mark because none of their shapes are particularly adventurous. For craftsmanship, if you've watched this video and don't think they deserve a 10 out of 10, I don't know what to say. That was an easy one. In terms of comfort, I've been wearing a Lucas de Stael frame for 6 months now, and I have to say I was extremely surprised at just how comfortable they are. For me, the benchmark is always Reykjavik Eyes, which I think are the most comfortable glasses in the world. And honestly, Lucas de Stael are not far off that. So I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10. And finally, for durability. This is a tough one to score because leather frames in particular will naturally patina over time. So they are going to, you could say, degrade. I would say the opposite. I would say that enhances the look of them over time. The fact that each component on each frame is interchangeable and repairable and replaceable is a fantastic concept. And these frames, whether it's the leather or the stone pieces, are actually extremely flexible, which makes them really hard wearing. On balance, I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10, which gives Lucas de Stael frames a specs factor of 8.6, right at the top, and deservedly so. If you've enjoyed this video or found it interesting or helpful, give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more of the best eyewear content on the internet. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye bye.